Welcome to VRom the Dark. A nice Lobos hum to start us off with. This is a super old school style playthrough of Dark Souls. It is one of the most beloved games to me. Whatever about how much hours I have pumped into playing this game, I have pumped so much hours into watching people play this game. I've seen endless runs, and this game has not really been in my radar for a while. Kind of gone off Souls games for a number of years, and now it's kind of coming back to me. And one of the reasons is because of the prospect of playing this game in VR. And I hope that a lot of you guys watching are kind of thinking the same thing as me, is like, hey, this might be a 12-year-old game, 13-year-old game, but playing this game in VR is very appealing. So I wanted to bring attention to a bunch of stuff about this game. About VR, sure, but about mods, and about the community, and about this game's resurrection. Sorry, you can see I'm just making my character here. Gotta do the normal thing of making an unholy abomination. Later I'll talk more about modding in general, but first of all, just to say which mods I'm using. The VR mod is Luke Ross's real VR mod. I'll put a link down below. It's a paid mod, so you subscribe to his Patreon. He's apparently sold out of the $1 a month subscription, so you pay him $10 a month to keep up to date with his VR mod, which is for a load of different games. So for the installation, you run a batch file, it detects what game you're playing, and then it just sort of moves over some files. In particular, it takes this real VR64 DLL, and it moves it over and renames it as dxgi.dll. I'm not exactly sure what dxgi does. I think it's to do with getting the GPU to strap on its boots. In any case, it's that dxgi that's gonna make this mod pretty incompatible with a lot of other mods that want to use the GPU or mess with the shaders in some way. I desperately wanted to get this working with Dark Souls Re-Remastered by FromSoftServe. We'll see some examples later of just exactly why I wanted this mod so badly. But Re-Remastered wants to be launched through Mod Engine, which uses this DSR lighting.dll as part of its launch. So this totally breaks the lighting engine for the game. And if you launch with the other DLL from the VR mod, then you get this horrible overexposed look where nothing's really designed for it. Alright, let's go. LobosFX is turned on, in case you hadn't heard. We'll listen up to Lobos a little bit here.
Yes, indeed. The dark side brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end.
So I screwed up the audio a little bit, and the audio tracks are combined when I was recording this, so next episode will be better, I promise. For the moment, there might be a little bit of me talking over me. So since I couldn't get Re-Remastered to work, I decided to use part of this visual overhaul mod by Oscar Spray, but then also use the map files from Re-Remastered. And we'll see later why, but it was really important to me that I had those map files. So if you're wondering why it's incredibly dark, it's because FromSoftServe took out a lot of the baked lighting from those maps, I think anyway. So a lot of areas throughout the game look extremely dark like this because they're only illuminated by certain lights, like the character light or like this item here. At first this was a bit of a compromise I was making to get Re-Remastered maps, but later on I think I just learned to like it. So as we go on, we'll see if this is Dark Souls 2.0 or if it's just broken.
No problem.
No chance of immersion here as I start off and immediately get my head launched into this cosmic abyss.
Okay. I'm gonna play the first bit in first person, and we'll see how it goes. Indeed. It goes. So I want to talk through some of the main talking points of what it's been like to try get this set up, because this has been like an absolute like fantasy for me, is playing this game in VR. At least it is fucking dark though. Maybe it's too dark.
Playing this game in VR alone had a certain appeal.
Alright, let's just do this for now.
But when you try it out, it's obvious that you're having really low res textures just blasted up in front of your face. And I really wanted to experience this game in a totally new way, to really immerse myself back into Lordran in a way that wasn't just the base game blasted into my eyeballs. So I spent quite a long time trying to get Dark Souls Re-Remastered to work. I found a YouTuber called The Reclusive Gamer who had a video of him getting them to work, but I had no success even using the versions that he used. I couldn't replicate what he had gotten. And once I had seen Dark Souls Re-Remastered and the work that FromSoftServe put into it, I knew that I didn't want to go back to the base game. This moment absolutely does make up for all the troubleshooting that you do to get to this point. Okay, well, at least this bit does what it needs to do. That feels good. So setup and troubleshooting is one. Yeah, look at that. Whoa. For the time being, I'm happy enough to say that this is now Dark Souls, and getting through corridors is just going to be like that. So this is one element. Like, the reason this is like this is because I'm going to interrupt myself here to say that the reason this has probably happened is because I put on the maps that FromSoftServe had made, where he took out all the baked lighting to introduce a dynamic lighting system. So I haven't included dynamic lighting, but have taken out the baked lighting, so there's extra dark places. Yeah, I do. The game looks really good without baked lighting. This is the problem. What do you have to say about this?
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness.
The
I'm
amount
done
of
for, I'm
echo he
afraid.
added.
I'ma die soon, and then I'm gonna go crazy. Let me ask you something. We're both like so totally dead, right? So listen up. Yeah, all right. You got me all excited. Man, get out of here. I have not got long to live, and I may harm you.
I have not got long to it.
Now, scoot.
Can we take a peek at him? Whoop. First time parry. I wonder what that's about.
Let's listen to lovely lulling Lobos.
Yeah, I'm situated wrong.
Excellent. So I know I'm not super animated. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning, so I'm a little quiet. But for the first time in years, Dark Souls has been scary again. It's like a huge big demon just kind of like towering above you. And the area is actually dark. It's a fresh feeling experience. And I'm going to kind of skip ahead here because I'm talking over Lobos anyway. And we'll get on through to Firelink Shrine and we'll skip through a bit where I'm kind of fiddling with some things.
They had one day an undead should be chosen. To lead the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lardrin.
So while I'm leveling up here, I'll just say a little bit what's planned for this playthrough. While I was playing, I didn't have any plan, but I guess I'm going to have to sort out some sort of plan for what build I'm going to go for. Somehow I can tell it's not going to be a wood grain ring type of playthrough.
Well, what do we have here? You'd have done better to rot.
Why is this not Lobos? Playing in VR can make you feel a little bit ill, so I'm going to have to play this in sections. So for episode 1 here, we're going to go up to Taurus Demon. Maybe let's do this in third person. Playing this in third person seems to be the kind of better way to go in terms of feeling gross, but I'll definitely switch to first person during some nice moments. Some of the more scenic moments in the game are best done in first person. Question is, are we going to go get the Zweihander? I think the answer... Oh. I think the answer to that has to be yes. We're just going to do a bit of item collection around Firelink Shrine, you know, the usual first thing you do on a playthrough. We're going to get these items from Petrus's stash. You probably know that this is a stash here left by Petrus of Thurland up above. But one thing I always think of when I'm here is what excessively large chests they are for such a small amount of items. Petrus must have had to lug these chests here from I don't know where, drop them down the elevator shaft, and then like strategically place them in position with the Lloyd's talisman, you know, specifically placed just on the edge of the other for the rest of the graveyard to see. I'm gonna kind of go in. I definitely want to get the binoculars. That's an absolute must. And I definitely want this Zweihander. No. Oh no. Lobos has done a great job with this mod. Oh my god. Almost made it out alive. So we'll get a better shot later, but just have a look across the sky here where we can actually see the Great Hollow in the background. This isn't in the base game though, this is part of the maps that were included in the Re-Remastered mod that I was talking about earlier. Faster please. Well, that's faster anyway. Oh my god, don't put your butt in me. So I'm going to jump down for this last item, which is going to be a bit spooky, and then we're going to finally go through the Berg. And I'll skip through a lot of it until we get to a point we're talking about. That's definitely a bit more difficult to do in VR. Man, the parkour parts of this game are definitely going to get a little bit intense. I think Lobos knew that that had to be an important sound. I mean, this is Dark Souls. It is dark. This might be an important little bit here where we see that our character's point light is what's kind of bringing us through the area and kind of going through this really dark dungeon with the shield up.
Maybe the base game just is too bright and we're fixing that. As a famous man once said, amazing.
Amazing. Ruling over our...
I'm gonna touch this bonfire. I appreciate this room a little bit. Even with the fucked up lighting, it looks great. The floor looks great. Looks better. Undead Burg is somewhere where I was concerned I didn't want to look gross. It's very easy to make the Undead Bird look disgusting. And this definitely doesn't look disgusting. I mean, everything in VR looks really good, to be honest. If you get the resolution right, it looks really good. The game looks dark, and that's important. The game needs to have the light and the dark. So in my head, this area looked really wrong, and I think it's because I viewed Undead Burg as looking really sunsetted. This view of it shows it as being really dark and then highlighted strongly. Oops. First person is difficult. But actually, looking back at the original lighting, the whole of this part of the burg is totally shaded. And I think it looked a bit flat, and you could kind of see everything equally, and you can just sort of see the ambient occlusion and the creases of the corners, whereas here we get actual shadowed regions. Whoa! He's coming down to get me. That's new. I do not remember that. Do we need the gold pine resin? I don't think we need the gold pine resin that much. I will kill the enemies, but... So one last comment really quickly about the visuals. Just notice that on the way down the stairs, it's no problem in first person, in that little kind of tower. But in third person, it was never nice going down those stairs. Even in the base game, just the camera does not like really enclosed spaces like that. And it's even worse in VR than if you have a detached camera, so to speak. So first person is actually going to be maybe more useful in areas like the depths. We'll see as we come up to the depths. I'm quite excited for the depths. Alright, we're going to get this guy first try. Uh-oh. I missed the parry. I had to go for it. While I'm going to try again on this Black Knight, I want to know if I'm alone in how I feel about Souls games at the moment. Oh, fuck. Could just be my imagination, but I think there's a bit of a Dark Souls 1 revival happening. Maybe it's just that Google knows my Dark Soul, but my YouTube page has been flooded with all sorts of Dark Souls recommendations. Dark Souls retrospectives, Dark Souls playthroughs, general Dark Souls videos. Lobos has been playing more Dark Souls 1 again. He's played like 22 practice runs for Games Done Quick event. He did like 22 randomizer speedruns, and during the event he said he would probably do daily runs on his stream to start the stream, just because he kind of missed playing Dark Souls. Illusory Wall has been popping off for a long time, but I feel like there's been extra stuff recently even. And apart from that, I've just seen a few content creators that I would otherwise watch try out Dark Souls for the first time. Whether or not it's that Elden Ring is kind of bringing a bunch of players back to this game, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is there a shift in the Souls zeitgeist, or is Dark Souls just continually a popular game? Who can play at that game? Realize we didn't go get the humanity and stuff from over there. I'm just reorganizing my items. I like to have Homer Bones and humanity near the bottom. Maybe we don't need this on our hotbar. Oh my god, this is cool, but also sickening. This is very difficult to control. So where are we? That's the bridge going across. And behind there is the Turtle Boys and the Merchant. And then we go down and up that ladder. And then Frankly, that was enough of that for now. Binoculars is quite sickening, so I'm gonna have to be careful with that in the future. The kicks and jump attacks which I've been trying to do are like not registering well. I don't know if that's a frame issue, a latency issue, or if I just suck. I think it might just be a me thing. Oh my god. Okay, that was definitely like a latency feeling thing. Like, that didn't feel natural at all. I wasn't spamming buttons, I was just like trying to like be calm and respond, and it just felt like that didn't go well. I used up all my Estus. Oh my god, I forgot about this dude. They coming up or what? I really do not want to fight these turtle guys on the stairs. They've returned. One has returned at least. Oh my god, they have not returned. This is like awful, I hate. So as you can see, I really need to learn how to use first person to my advantage, such as now, because third person is making this a lot more difficult. I can't even make that noise. How did Lobos do that? Why is that? Alright, we got this. Alright. Fuck yeah. So here I thought I'd try duping a homeward bone, and thought I might just have a bit of trouble getting the muscle memory back, but actually I was having a lot of trouble doing it. And I think the reason is because the VR mod unlocks the frame rate, so it's above 60, and I think it might be that there's only a couple frames where it might work. I'm not sure exactly, but I had no luck doing it. But then I got this weird bug. No, I think duping's not working. Oh, well, that's bugged. I'm going to go straight up to Asylum Demon, and next episode I'm going to start off by doing a bit of a collection, and that'll include Havel. This is the first area then that really benefits from those map files. The way Dark Souls deals with distant geometry is that in the game files there are totally separate models for distant geometry that has a much lower level of detail. In some cases, that level of detail is so low that it's really just to give the impression of some buildings, give the player a bit of an idea that there's something there. So this is definitely one reason for VR, right, is to take moments like this in this game, which are really important. So FromSoftServe has taken out those lower level of detail models and replaced them with actual models of the geometry from the levels. I'm about to put up a screenshot of the berg in the base game so you can compare with what it's like with the mods. But the level of detail is even more noticeable in VR. This is a very unique view that you just have to put on a headset and see. It's nuts to see both the Great Hollow in the background and the entirety of the berg down below. And I forgot to here, but I'll come back later and show the parish over on the right as well. But for now, let's listen to Lobos again. Finally, some more music. See if we can get him to jump off. Uh-oh. I'm getting discombobulated in his legs. Oh my god, the stompy. Yeah, there's definitely some issues in terms of input. Like, I can't move right now, I can't get up. I'm just gonna shut myself up here complaining about that death. I was having some issues with trying to roll out the stagger, but who cares? I'm just gonna go back and fight it again. Again, it's really visible when you strap 4K monitors to your eyeballs, but you can particularly see how much detail is not there at all in the tower that Black Knight's in. The size, shape and proportion of some of the buildings are just totally off, especially over on the right side. I can't tell if that was doing both. Somehow I don't think it was. Distorted all there. And jump. Not what I meant. right in the dick. There it is, that's the sun. Just a little small thing here, as you cannot see Solaire from here. What are we hearing? I'm going to play that sound a bit louder so you can hear it better. I want you to listen very closely and tell me what you think the sound is. And then for the rest of the episode, listen out for this sound and tell me what else can you use this sound for. Okay, here it is. And yet he's here.
Ah, hello. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
Yes, I do.
Rimming in and out, help one another, rimming in and out. The way I see it, our strange beings appear to be intertwined. Gaze at the wondrous body, shift one another. So what do you say? This pleases me greatly. There's no telling how much longer I have come to... No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
Alright, let's go down to a dragon. Can't remember where the line is where it starts arriving. Thinking it must be that reset. This dragon looks amazing in VR, I gotta say. Okay, that's it for part 1. Thanks for watching if you got this far. Go check out the work that these mod creators are doing, and I'll see you in part 2.